So, today, before we get into our meditation, I'm going to talk about something that's very different with me today. So for those of you that have been in the class before, or if you've watched the video last time, I don't know if you can notice this, but there's something very significantly different about me between last week's class and this week's class. No, it's not. No, any thoughts on what it is? It's not that I cut my hair. It's not that I cut my hair. That's the first thing that you might notice. It's that I took the red pill. And if anybody hasn't seen The Matrix, I guess you can't assume anything. But we have in our culture this allegory. It's called The Matrix, and it's this movie about the one who is woken up by an external force and shown the true vision of what reality actually looks like. And he's given a choice. He's taken into a room and he's offered to take the red pill or the blue pill. So he's in this metaphysical chamber where he's given the choice. And do you want to see what reality is actually? Or do you want to continue sleeping in the world that you've thought of all along as being all that there is? Red pill makes you become aware, and the blue pill makes you go back to sleep. So obviously this is a metaphor for our reality. And I think many people, maybe without knowing it consciously, are living their lives in such a way that they're actually looking for someone to be able to give them the red pill. There's something off. There's something that's just tickling at the back of your conscious mind, your conscious awareness, and you can't put it into words, but you know that there's something off, teasing you just behind the veil that you can just, it's tickling you. It's like an itch that you just can't scratch. And we want to know what that is. We go through our lives desperately searching for what is that thing that I just can't see. It's the unseeable, but it's so obvious, and it's just frustrating. What is it? What is it? And so we're all looking for somebody to give us the red pill. And we try various different techniques. We try spiritual practices, yoga, physical practices. Anything that allows us to suspend our understanding of the world that we live in for just a brief moment, a glimmer, looks like the red pill, because we want out of the trap of our mind that's conditioned us to see things in the way that we've always seen them. We want to know what is really there when we stop seeing what we've been told is there our entire life. So, this weekend I took a class, and it's the red pill that I've been looking for. And I'll do my best to put this succinctly. I've always talked about, for those of you that have heard me talk about this before, I talk about that there's a particular type of disease in our culture that has, there's lots of symptoms of it: anxiety, depression, uncertainty, unworthiness, thoughts that I can't do this thing, that I'm not good enough, that I feel badly. And then there's just your general sense that so many people have of numbness. We don't really feel the whole lot. We're not necessarily in touch with our emotions. When thoughts arise, we don't know their origin. We're just really not, as a culture, I would say, we're not really very in tune with the natural world around us, with ourselves, with our own bodies, all these things. We're numb. So these are symptoms. All of these are symptoms of our cultural disease, and it's not a physical disease. It's not like cancer or leukemia or something that the doctors can test or give you an antibiotic for. It's a disease of the mind. It's that we think that we're not good enough, that there's something about us that's lacking, that's missing, that tells us that anything that we are going to try, we're going to fail because we're not good enough. It's negative thinking. It's always that little voice in your head that's here or here, and it's always chattering constantly. You're not good enough. You can't do that. You're never going to make any money that way. Don't do that. Don't pursue your dreams. Go off and get a job and be like everybody else, because that's the safe way to live. When you take the red pill, you realize that's not true. And you see for the first time what the box, what the container is that all of those thoughts are being put into, and what the antidote is. And the antidote is seeing the world from a completely different perspective, and seeing that all of these thoughts that are in your mind were put there by other people, other voices, the voice of culture, the voice of your family. Your mind is like a sponge, and from a very early age, our subconscious is told what to believe. There's a study that I learned about in this class that says that by the age of 4, 50% of your subconscious conditioning is already in place. By the age of 12, another 30%. And by the age of 18, 95% of your subconscious beliefs about the world and the way that you will interact with the world around you is already in place. That's the box. And we all have a slightly different box because we're told this by different people in our lives. We're raised differently, different family members, different parents. But there is a similarity to our box because we're all part of a larger culture. Our parents who taught us what they taught us learned it themselves from their parents who were influenced by culture. So it's all just one big box. It's one big thought process that governs our subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind has been trained with a series of limiting beliefs. And when we have limiting beliefs that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, that's how we treat everybody else in the world. And we treat everybody else in the world as though they're not worthy because we see ourselves as not worthy. And we can talk about this all day long, but there's an experience that I had, and I can't articulate it. It's not articulatable. But this class that I took is a series of very well developed exercises that allows you to see your subconscious conditioning playing out in the world. As Alan Watts says, we're all just whirlpools whirling, and we can't see it. But we're all making choices, manifesting reality, and we can't see how we're doing it. But we keep bringing the same things to us into our lives over and over and over again. And it's our subconscious mind that's doing this work. It's a pattern. It's a program that's running in your subconscious mind, and it's behind the scenes. It's behind the veil. You can't see it because it's so much a part of you. As an individual, and as a culture at large, we all have this. It's our veil of perception, our veil of limiting beliefs. We can talk about it being there, but until you experience it in a profound way, you won't see it. And when you see it, you see that you are a computer program running, carrying out the same commands over and over and over again. When you are living your life according to your programming, you are like Microsoft Word. You click the button and up comes a spreadsheet where you can type all of your text into. And you click another button and up comes Photoshop, and now you can play with photos. And the same thing is in your brain. When you go out into the world and you hit the icon for career, a program that comes up and says, this is exactly what I need to do with my life. You hit the other program, you run relationship, and you keep getting the same relationships over and over again. We're programs running. So we can't go off into our lives and attract something different until we learn how to see the underlying program that is controlling our actions subconsciously. And it's not something we can get at by just talking about it. We need to experience these. We need to experience the red pill, and there are exercises that we can do in groups of people together, where we can learn to see each other's programming, and all of a sudden it becomes so obvious, and it's hidden in plain sight. That's why we can't see it. It's been there all along our entire lives. So we see the world through glasses that we're wearing. You know the expression rose-colored glasses. So these are the glasses of cultural conditioning. The trick, the really hard part, is to see not the world as it is through your glasses, not the world as it is with the glasses off, but to see the glasses, so that you can see that you're wearing glasses at all. When you see that you're wearing glasses at all of a sudden you can see that the world beyond the glasses is tainted, is seen through a veil. It's as if your glasses are blue and everything beyond you looks blue, and you take the glasses off, oh, everything's white. The trick is to see the glasses. And when you see the glasses, there's no going back. You can't untake the red pill, and your life will begin to change slowly or quickly, depending on you. But one thing is certain, and it will change. So today we're going to meditate on, I want you to ask yourself this question. What are the glasses that I'm wearing? What do they look like? What is the particular way that I'm seeing the world that is keeping me back, that's holding me back from what I really want to be accomplishing in my life?